All right. All right. Can you guys hear me now? You guys should be able to hear me now. So I'm going to check on my phone and then we'll get going. All right. Okay. We're good. So basically, we're going to have a small little chat and we're going to, talk about books you should have in your library. This video was inspired by New Life Tools on YouTube. Tools, Tools, New Life Tools on YouTube. That's bro Yosef, and he's really been inspiring me lately. I've been really putting in the work, and I'm inspired to keep on pushing and putting in the work, and research, getting into research mode, reading more, getting my library together, getting to the point where I've read so many books that they repeat themselves, that I'm forced to really always go inside because I channel a lot, so I'm already tapped into that zone. So a lot of our master teachers, so if you want to call them that, or folks in this so-called conscious community who have who's really about doing the work, have done so much research to, on the left brain, done so much left brain work to where it all becomes redundant, so that the information that they pull down now is just coming from the inner worlds, which is the real potent shit. So we're gonna get going. So the first two books, they go together. Amazing book you should have on the Hermetic Philosophy, the Kabbalion, by the Three Initiates. Amazing book. This is seven Hermetic principles, the universal principles. So I'm gonna go into that real quick, and then Man of Letters book, which is based off of these principles. He just put them in a more modern way. That's how he's an alchemist. He bring it back down to earth. He took something complicated and condensed it down. That's an alchemical process. So shout out to Keith. Shout out to Man of Letters. This is his book. I've had this book, as you can see, the wear and tear. I've had this for a while, since 2019, 2018, 2020, 2019. I bought it off Amazon, so you can get this off Amazon. Seven Pillars, a handbook for existence by Keith Garcia. He is amazing. Got to get this book. Got to get it. So he says how to. So I'm going to read an excerpt out of the book. So, dog-eared the page and stuff. It's odd that I turn open right to page 39, where I've been talking about increasing my magnetism more and different things like that. So, how to increase your body's magnetism to attract what you want. This is a theory of my own, and it is just that, a theory. Take what I say here and, with a grain of salt. This description should spark you to pursue your own creative rabbit holes. I will use law of correspondence to demonstrate how we can make the human body a more efficient magnet based upon the properties of regular magnets. Keep in mind that I speak of the human electromagnetic field drawing in subtle matching frequencies, not actual iron, as you walk through town. So if you want to hear more, get the book. Amazing book. Based off Hermetic principles. Keith Garcia, Man of Letters on YouTube. So I'm gonna write that in the chat. Okay. Okay. And we're going to talk about the Kabbalion, one of my favorite books. I got the Sanitary edition just because, gold. I like that frequency. Got this off Amazon for $18. One of my favorite books to read. popped right open. So you have the Hermetic Philosophy. Mentalism, the all is mind, the universe is mental, correspondence as above, so below, as below, so above, principle of vibration, nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates, polarity, everything is dual, everything has poles, everything has its pair of opposites, rhythm, everything flows out and in, everything has its tides, all things rise and fall, cause and effect, every cause has its effect, every effect has its cause, everything happens according to law, there's no coincidences. And the law of gender, don't mistake this mainly for the physical gender or sex. We're talking about, divine energies here. The two poles in the body, masculine and feminine energies. When we're talking about gender, we're talking about those two creative forces. So gender is in everything. Everything has its masculine and feminine principles. Gender manifests on all planes. So those are the first two books. Now, the books that are down at my feet, I'm going to get those. Oh, crap. So, next is, I just got this book today. It's a book on numerology, and that's what I'm studying right now, numerology. So this book, Numbers and You by Lloyd Strayhorn, shaping up to be a good one. I've been reading it. Ooh, right here. Some of y'all must need this message. Numerology and money. So, so numerology is the study of numbers, and numbers are in everything. They are at the basis of everything. You can't even do your astrological report without numbers. So, use numbers to break yourself down, to break everything down. Your money, your goals, your name, your this, your that, to help, figure out your soul's purpose, this and that. Numerology is going to be a very, very key subject. Numerology gives way to astrology and astronomy and all that. From my point of view, from my research. Book on protection magic right here. I've given this book away before. Judy Hall. I haven't finished this one, but it's another book I'll be finishing very, very soon. The Art of Psychic Protection. Now, she talks about in this book, like in the very beginning, she told a very interesting story, and to me, it just related to the metaphysical side of things. Quantum entanglement. How everything is connected. How Judy Hall was in a therapist session. Here's the author. Good book on psychic protection. But she was in her therapist's office or psychiatrist's office. I think it's therapist, and Judy Hall was having a session, and she was releasing energy, the energy of how she felt about her daughter, and she was talking about it. How she had a teenage daughter, so her daughter was fucking acting up and being a teenager. So basically, as she's talking about it with her therapist and different things, what she found out is you have to do something with that energy, because if you don't do something with that energy, transmute it, because it's what it's going to do is, because the energy is connected between her and her daughter, that energy is going to affect her daughter negatively, as she had a positive experience, which the energy gets off of her. It has to go somewhere. So it has a direct link to whom? Entangled to whom? To her daughter. So she goes home and her daughter's having this pulsating migraine. You see what I'm saying? So that goes back to, if you think certain thoughts about somebody, it will start to affect them in their life. They will start to feel that. That's why you can feel when somebody's mad at you. It's an aura about them, a way about them. That's how you can tell when people are thinking about you. You start to have these synchronicities, and shit can even, affect you physically. Like her daughter was having a migraine, you know, as her mom is at her therapist session getting all these things out, and talking about all the woes of her and her daughter's relationship at that time. And, talking, it was mainly negative. Obviously, she comes home and her daughter is having this pulsating migraine and nothing would help until it's spiritual. So she learned, and, this is an event that helped her write this book, The Art of Psychic Protection by Judy Holt. But that was an event that helped her write that book. And, to tell you, it's a way, like, to me, I see it as offensive magic. And she's also, obviously, since it's a book on protection magic, trying to tell you how to protect yourself. So she goes into, you should, what she should have done was do something with that energy, transmute it, bring down that positive energy. And, as the negative comes out, bring down that positive and transmute it. So this is a good book, so we'll go through it. It has a chapter about the higher self. See, she's talking about this, disentangling the chakras, cleansing the chakras. And she also talks about, like, what to do with energy when, you're doing an energy cleansing or a chakra cleansing. Lots of times what happens is if you don't do something with that energy, if you don't cleanse it, transmute the negative vibes off of it, those negative, all that negative energy that came off of you is going to do one of many things. What can happen is it can go right on to that person, the next person, latch onto it, because it is an entity in itself. So that's why Reiki practitioners and, healers, they have to be adept before, I would say before being adept in cleansing people, what to do with the negative energy after it's been cleansed off of that, person or entity or whatever, because it's going to jump onto them and, they can take on that energy of that person. So cleansing is that energy is like what she says is the energy is going to go into the corner. Now, Brother Panic talks about the corner, and you're like, having your bad, your parents, they sent you to the corner for a reason, because that's a very cleansing area. So that energy is going to more likely be stuffed up in some corner. So what she says, mentally, what you can do is you can see it, that energy being sucked into a vacuum and just going back into the universe, going back into source, back into, like the unconscious mind realm, in that realm where all of the dark energy is stored. Then it goes and it feeds into the subconscious mind and conscious mind later on. But you can do that exercise. I do it all the time. Like when I'm giving thanks for my food, like one exercise you can do before you eat, which is why even in religion they pray over food, because you're saying affirmations over food. You're programming your food just like you program your water. This is distilled water. Got my water with me. Like I say, all souls and spirits trapped in this food, I release you. And then I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. But I say, all souls and spirits trapped in this food, I release you. I say it 3 times. And then I imagine all of those crossing over to the other side and a vacuum sucking them back into the universe, or going back to, where they need to be. Like go home, go home, go home. Go home to where, they need to be. I do that all the time when I eat. That's just a practice I have. That's a good practice. So this is another book I just got. I will, at some point I'm going to get into it. The Silva Mind Control Method. So this is all about the mind. A friend of mine got this book and she dove into it. My friend Gail dove into it, and it's really changed the way she thinks and what she says about and to herself. So it's the mind. It's mind control on itself. It's basically a book on It's a big book on programming the subconscious mind, obviously, and a take on how you're programmed, currently, or the programs of society, and the different terms and words that are thrown on us and that we just use all the time. So there's a Silva Mind Control by Jose Silva. Get a screenshot. But I got this next book from a Bobby Hemmett lecture. And bro, Yosef has given it out now twice that I've seen so far. It is a profound book. Very, very profound book, but I got this from Bobby Hemmett lecture. Bobby's one of my favorites, just because of the research and work that he put in, and the way that if you really tap into the few of us who really, really tap into Bobby will see that he wants you to research. Not just he tells you, oh, I want you to research. You'll see why, because you'll be tapping into certain information and certain things as you're doing your research, and you're like, that's why. That's what Bobby was trying to say without saying it. That's how you know you're doing the work. But the Goddess Book of Days. This book is about $800 now. What up? What up? What up? What is up? What's up, Gino? What's up? I don't want to butcher the name, but what is up? So, this is the Goddess Book of Days by Diane Stein. And it details all these different goddesses. There's a goddess for every day. So, say you can go back to 9/11. Oh, okay. What's up? What's up, Amber? What is up, Amber? Okay, makes sense. Okay, what's good? But you can go back to all these world events. Now, this ties right back into numerology. So you study numerology, you got to have this fucking book or a book like it. It is a reference book. Once you dive into it, you'll see it's a reference book. It's a reference / research book. Why? Because it has goddesses detailing. It has a goddess for every day. Now, they do repeat, but that's okay. It's all about the energy. So you can go back to September 11th, and you'll see, okay, there's a goddess for the day of September 11th, and you'll see what energies they was working with when they did 9/11, and it'll make sense. You'll start to put things together. So today is July 31st. So let's dig into it. What is the goddess for July 31st? I just saw Isis. So Isis is, I'm not Isis, Hathor. So she's either the 14th or 15th of August, but a lot of these repeat, so she'll have multiple days. Yep, Diane Stein. Diane Stein. So let's go. Oh, it also has this right here. So this is the Lunar Months. So I didn't know about that. I'll have to dive back into this book. So June. Today is the last day of July. So we're going to get it. You are welcome. Go in. Since you guys just got here, I would go back. I've been giving books out. So go back and, watch out, what other books I gave out. July 31st. Actually, September 11th. Okay, I'll do September. I'll do 9/11 for you. Okay, that's odd. Okay, so Odunishe Laganaza, that's a Celtic deity. I butchered that. August Eve, that's a goddess as well. Well, they're all goddesses. Lamas Eve, or Eve of Lagnasara, Wiccan Sabbat. With Native American corn dances, Lamas is the forerunner of the harvest and Thanksgiving festivals throughout the Western world. Named Lugh, I'm butchering that, Lugh. If you want to research, it's the goddess Lugh. The sun god, horn god, the Capricorn, god consort of the goddess, sacrificed yearly to become the corn and grain. That's interesting. That is interesting. So, the dancing goddess. Okay. So I'll do 9/11 for you. We'll go back. July. I actually took a look at September 11th when I first got this book. When I first got it, because I was interested. I think Isis is on that day. So September 11th. So the day of the queens of Egypt, who were also considered to be the goddesses. So that's, so some Egyptian goddesses and queens were Hathor. So Hathor is on September 11th. Bast, Neith, Nut, Mut, Nut, N-U-T, M-U-T, Mut, Sekhmet, Isis, Satis, Mihert, Rat, Ta'ut, R-A-T dash T-A-I-U-T, Anu, Ma'at, Ua, so U-A, Uazit, U-A-Z-I-T, Shashat, those consort. Also in Rome, the Roman games dedicated to Minerva, Juno, and Jupiter, Athena, Hera, Zeus. So those are the goddesses of September 11th, Amber. There you go. So if you do that research on those goddesses alone, and then look at their energy and what they represent, and think about 9/11, and then do some numerology, you can decode that shit easy peasy. Come on, because the goddess energy is what the fucking deal is anyway down here in the matrix, aka the womb. Okay. So this is just as much for the ladies as it is for the guys, but it's geared toward the guys. So Rosemary, Glad Stars, Herbal Remedies for Men's Health. This is a good one. So ladies, you can get your goddess. This is an amazing book by Rosemary Gladstar. I love her books, because I'm an herbalist as well. So, herbal alchemy, I love that, it's the basis of my shop and what I do. So, picture of her on the back, but it gives good recipes, good herbal medicine in here. It's all about herbal medicine and different ways for us men to take care of ourselves and our bodies. Or women, if you're just working with the masculine inside of yourself, this would be a good book for you to tap into. If you're tapping into your divine masculine, do that alchemy. It's a good book. So, you have the so there's something she has called the Long Elixir, Long Life Elixir. So, 1/2 part saw pimento berries, 2 parts wild yam root, 1 part sarsaparilla root, 2 parts sassafras root bark, 2 parts faux tea, which is FO-TI, faux tea 40, 2 parts Damania leaf, Damiana leaf. I've heard of that herb before. I need to do some more research on it. 2 parts ginger root, 2 parts licorice, 2 parts Chinese star anise, Panax ginseng roots, 2 good sized quality roots to each quart of tincture brandy, black cherry concentrate if it's available. So that is another good book, and just another great book to have for us to have in our libraries. Definitely us men to have. It's a good one. What up, Drogon? What up? What up, Rico? What up? What up? All right. You gotta have this. I did a Think and Grow Rich challenge in early 2020, and I started my business. So what I did was I started to read this book. Think and Grow Rich changed my life, my business life, my financial life. What I did was I found also a 2-hour audiobook that somebody put up about Think and Grow Rich. And, it's the audiobook for this book. So I would listen to it for 30 days. So it's a 30-day challenge. I listened to it for 30 days and it fucking changed me. Because at the end of the 30 days, I started my business. And it is, very, very successful to this day. And it's serving people and helping myself. Eating vicariously, I wonder what happens if I start fasting. It's wonderful. It is. So maybe I should start that again, the Think and Grow Rich challenge, where, at some point in your day, you listen to that 2-hour audiobook. What I would do is at the time, and this is before quarantine happened. This is the the end of January 2020, and I ended it in February 2020. So, it was about that time. So I listened to it for 30 days. It's a 2 hour. What I'll do is I'll find the 2 hour audiobook, and because there's 10-hour audiobooks and different things like that, it just draws it out. But the 2 hour is very, very doable because, once you get to listening to it, you'll know, okay, it's starting to seep in. A lot of the principles starting to seep in. I say about the first week, you'll be good. It'll just be and I did miss a couple days during that, but I think I got like 27 or 30 days. Close to 30. Where I listened to the whole thing through, and it really did great things for my subconscious mind. So I'll probably move on to something else. Something else for the subconscious. But this is a great book for just wealth. Just wealth. Great one. Think and Grow Rich. That's a great book. Changed my life. What up, Gail? What up? Peace. What up? Now, you want to know about the Pleiadians and Anunnaki? Get this fucking book. This is a must-have in your library. I got this one for $8 off of alibrisbooks.com. ALIBRIS books. Just search Alibris Books. They have, they have some of the cheapest books. Because this book right here, the hardcover edition, is $800 now. I got this from Alibris, so you can probably find it for like not $800 if you don't get it off Amazon or something like that. But the hardcover edition of this book is pretty pricey. I got it for like less than $10 and plus $3.99 shipping. So, this is like, our books are also an investment, because now that this book has gone up to almost $1,000, this is now an investment in my library, just like crypto. Bro Yosef taught me that, to look at it that way. Our books are an investment, not only in this, but in our pockets. It's an investment. But this book the Pleiadians. It's a channel. It's by Barbara Marciniak. She got this channel. Her and her friend, give these channels up from the Pleiadians. But Dr. Delbert Blair and his, I think his woman lecture, this book is from 1994. I know that he must have read this book, or was on that right path, because it talks about how the Anunnaki are our children from the future, and what they did is they came back to rewrite some things, because they're trying to move on to a higher dimension, and they got as far as they can get, and they have to change certain things. But it goes into some really deep stuff. Like, it gives you meditations. It says riding the corridors of time. So, riding the corridors of time, it says the living library of Earth will ease you into a vibrational shift of sharing and flowing with energy. From nature, Earth's majestic playground, you will learn how to merge and emerge into the corridors of time. Time is a construct on Earth. You have been under the assumption that the present springs from the past. We suggest that the present springs from the future as well. So, the past and the future. Time has many doorways through it, and the past and future both have their own validity and importance. This is all important of the ever-expanding now. The past and its now continues to influence its ongoing. You can also, there's a 20-part breakdown on YouTube. You can find this audio book on YouTube. There's 20 parts, and the parts are like 5 to 10 minutes a piece. And the whole book itself, the audiobook was like 2 hours. So, I would also suggest, if you can find the audio on YouTube, listen to the audiobook and, read some. My friend Gail taught me that. She's in the chat. She, got that from her. But I, finished the audiobook like during the last summer. And this is an amazing book. It's a must-have. It breaks, especially women, it teaches you about the whole menstrual blood, and also with men, the rights of sperm, and how they were used in ritual. how menstrual blood and sperm mixed together is what they call the elixir of life, the actual elixir of life. Because if you break down the science of both of those things, So let me check the chat. So, it's a Sue 413. Yeah. Yeah, see, the hard copy on Amazon is fucking 800, but the soft copy to the Goddess Book of Days isn't that much. So that's how you know books are an investment. Yes, I easily have 1,000 plus occult books. Exactly. I get I'm getting all this shit off of Libris for next to nothing. Like it'll be books that if I go to thrift.com, they'll be 5 times the price. But a Libris Books pulls shit from thrift for $2.99, $3.99. A Libris, like they get shit from libraries and shit. Something that's just sitting on a library shelf that the library would sell. And you get it for dirt cheap. It's, I go there before I only go to Amazon if I necessarily have to. Like this book, I had to go to Amazon for Asset Protection by David E. Robinson. David E. Robinson, Asset Protection. We'll write it in the chat. And to study law, get all of David E. Robinson's books. Like when it comes to your rights, your constitutional rights, this is talking about protecting, asset protection and protecting your assets. This is a good one. This is talking about private trust, PTOs, and how to set them up and what they are. Like, let me go through it. Like, it has blank thing that shows you how this shit is set up. This is a blank declaration of trust. I'm going to get into, I can't wait to finish this book. Man. And it goes into the powers of the trustee of your trust. So basically, why, say like somebody like Trump, why everybody was asking to see Trump's, let me see your taxes. There's a reason why Trump doesn't pay taxes. Because all his shit is in private trust. All this shit that he would normally have to pay taxes on isn't a motherfucking private trust. They can't tax private trust. There's an open trust that they can tax. Don't put your shit in that. I forgot what it's called, but this goes into it. That's like a trick. But man, David E. Robinson tells you how to fucking tweak the system and take your fucking power back. The things the justice system won't tell you. David E. Robinson, shout out to bro Yosef, for putting me on to him, in his books. Because this is that earth shit. This is the earth magic right here. This is earth magic. You got to bring this shit all the way down. This is earth magic. Okay? Learning the laws and learning that shit, like the judicial system is very spiritual. Okay? Very, very spiritual. If you don't think it's magic, I don't know where you've been at. Just like the wordplay alone in all of these, documents and things like that, and the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the wordplay alone is fucking magic, bro. Because spells and words are what? They're spells. It's all spells. Another book for the guys, but girls tap into it too. The Multi-Orgasmic Man. This talks about the term sexual kung fu. Man, this is a good one. This is Montauk Chia. I'm going to be getting more of Montauk Chia's books again. This one wasn't recommended by Bro Yosef. It was recommended by Bobby Hennett. Sexual Secrets. I had it written down in my phone. I was going through all of when when I go through lectures, I write down all the books. When you're watching lectures, you should take notes. Take notes that you think you should take, but definitely when they give out book references, take them down. Add them to your library. It's part of research. But this is a good one that all men should have, man. It teaches you about the power. One of the main things about the power of not ejaculating and how to have multi-orgasmics through that. And it teaches you not just the science of that, but it teaches you how to do it. So, me being a Scorpio, I'm really into this shit. This is sexual magic. It teaches you how to cultivate your sexual energy on more than just a physical sexual level. So, Montauk Chia and Douglas Abrams. I'll do this so you guys can get a screenshot. Okay. So you want a good let me check the chat. So it says, I've never been into that book site. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. I've lost all faith. Come on. You lost all faith in it? Well, shit. Take your power back by knowing knowing the tricks. You know the tricks? You have faith in yourself. Have faith in you. Don't have faith. Have faith in the system to be the system. To, have faith in it to be what it is. Because it'll always be that. Some fuck shit. So have faith in it. Have faith in yourself. Bring the power back to yourself. That's what it's all about. That makes sense with the wordplay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Multi-Orgasmic Man is a good book so far. Oh, if you want a good book, a good metaphysical book on quantum physics, right here, Quantum Physics in Minutes. This is a good one. I got this from a Sheer Star Goddess when I was on her channel. I don't fuck with her no more like that, just because of the, I outgrew it, and it's not a bad thing. I just needed something more. A lot of teachers I outgrow. I just needed something more. But she was very adamant about this book, along with The Idiot's Guide to Alchemy by Dennis William Huck, which is on my altar. I don't feel like going and getting. But The Idiot's Guide to Alchemy is, that's the first book I ever had. That's the first book I ever got in my library. Ever. If you go back to my videos from a long time when I'm cooking it, it's like a cooking alchemy video I did. I show that book. It's in there. So you got to go all the way back. But Quantum Physics in Minutes. So let me go through it. This is a good book, man. This is a good book on metaphysics and quantum and the quantum realm. Because the quantum realm is just all metaphysics, really. It's just how they hide it. They're hiding quantum. They're using the word quantum as like a cloak. It's just all metaphysics. So I'm trying to go to a good page. Where do you think? There's something that I liked that I wanted to show you guys. I really, you guys, if you guys know me, I love quantum entanglement. That's my thing. Hopefully I can find it. I'm looking for it. I can't find. There's a picture of the cats in here, and it's kind of showing some shit. Breaking shit down, like lineage shit. I'm looking for it. I can't find it. It's like in the two. If I don't find it now, here it is. I just found it. Oop. Right here. This shit right here. The multiverse. Shows you how the multiverse works. It shows you how the astral realm is, and how as above, so below, as below, so above. That yin and yang shit, showing you, the energy and how it's working out on each side. Crazy. Quantum time, like, look at this shit. It says, what is the matrix? This is a good book. Talks about the limits of the quantum realm. The Big Bang. Quantum computing. I just seen something that says no free will. So this is one of my favorite books. I go through it quite often, but I'm gonna keep going through it. There's a lot to it, but it teaches you quantum physics in minutes, like it says. It's very easy to understand, at least for me. So quantum physics in minutes by Jim Lavender. Got this book for it says $12.99. I think I got it for under $20. So it says, being brought back to a time where everything is simple, accepting one's power. Yeah. Now, the next couple books I've given out, I've given out, but we're gonna keep going. So this is a powerful book. Brother Panic has a lecture on this book. So look up Brother Panic, Creating Magical Entities, and if you get this book, Creating Magical Entities, to go along with it, man, it's gonna take some time to understand. This is a very advanced book if you think about it. And everybody who's read this book and who has it knows what I'm talking about. This is very advanced for what it can do. For what you can do with this if you just put your mind to it. This shit's very advanced. I was just thinking about that shit today. I'm like, yeah, this shit that's a lot. It's a lot more advanced than I give it credit for. It's a good one. Creating magical entities. It shows you how we create magical entities in our lives now, but it also gives a system of how to consciously create it. Put some shit together and create an entity. So it's like how we create entities in our life right now is through the word of God, through speaking. So if you say, oh, I never get the girl, you're never going to get the girl. You've created an entity called I never get the girl, and you're going to wonder why you never get the girl. And the entity feeds off of that energy of you never getting the girl or the guy. And bro, I was watching a bro Yosef video the other day, and he was talking about the lengths that these entities will go through to keep feeding, basically. They'll do something to you. But ultimately, you just got to learn how to protect yourself, and how to defeat it is through subconscious programming, reprogramming your subconscious mind. So if you say, one of my mantras, it's all about how you feel too. So this is just one side of this book. This is just one side of that they go over before they teach you the system. So what I always say, and it goes along with feeling too. Feeling is what triggers the entity. And you say it, the word creates it in a way, and then the feeling of that, how that is, or the definition of that mantra is boom, it's how it comes in, the feeling. So watch how you feel when you say shit too. It's like one of the things that I say is, oh, I always stay with a bag, so I always have money. No matter, I'm never broke. Just right when I get down to my last, or I got down of my last, whatever, more always pours in, and then out of nowhere it pours in and pours in and pours in. Then I'm back to it because I say it all the time, just randomly. Like when I get paid, I'm like, damn, I just noticed I have this, and I get more orders in the shop. Like, damn, I always stay with a bag, and I know how I feel when I say it. I feel good. I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm the man type of energy. So that's what always happens. So watch how you feel when you talk. That's very important. Now, a book on the soul that I've given out before. Oh, let me go to the chat. He is almost crazy to a point. Sometimes I feel so bad for him, but then remember, he is the one in power of himself. I have a friend who's Brand. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. So a good book on the soul. My friend Gail gave me the recommendation on it, and she got it from Bro Yosef. I actually watched the video where he gave the, randomly I was watching, some of his stuff, where he gave the book out. A good book on the soul of the matter. I'm seeking to look, on the left brain side, more books on the soul, and then going into more meditations and, and more, using numerology and different things to tap more into my soul and just sit with it, and know its burning desires and whatnot, but to work with it and to know. But this is a good book on Kabbalah and on the fucking soul, all in one. So we really must. I need to get some more books on Kabbalah to be able to learn and break that down and understand. But Gershon Winkler. So Gershon, first name Gershon, and Winkler, Winkler. Gershon Winkler, Soul of the Matter. Good fucking book. So let me see. Oh, so let me see. So let me just death and suffering. So it's showing up orange for some reason, but it's actually yellow. So that's dope, I guess. So death and suffering. The Talmudic compendium of Jewish law concerning oh damn, the book's falling apart. Shit. Concerning death and mourning is entitled Sermachos, which literally connotes a treatise on joy. Of course, the title Sermachos implies a discourse on which joys are permitted and which are prohibited during the period of mourning. This is a good book. It says, but intellectual joy and perception of life, which transcends the superficial to grasp the real, is not passively subject to the fluctuating whims of the material, and even in tragedy, the joy of intellect will survive the suffering of body and emotions to rebuild anew. So that is this right here, Gershon Winkler, The Soul of the Matter. Think about if we are all connected subconsciously and everyone thinks negatively, how powerful is that? That's chicken black beans and Southwest chicken. Soul of the Matter, Gershon Winkler. That is really deep because we are all connected, quantum entangled, however you want to say it. That's why when people, let's do a worldwide meditation, like the idea of it on one level of just multiple people meditating, or even on just meditating or meditating on the same idea or general ideas of positivity is very, very strong. It cultivates a bunch of light. It cuts that darkness, those archonic energies. Now, I'm not going to go through my whole library, but, a few more books and we'll be good. So this is a good book on chakras. This is a must-have on chakras. Wheels of Light by Rosalind Bury. This is a good book. A must-have. It says, too bad more people can't get shit to spinning. Is it just me or is alchemy capped right now? Right here. This is a good book. Must have. So let's go. Very, very good book. It tells you about how, certain chakras and health. So like say you have health issues, you can correlate it to a certain chakra. A certain part of your body. And it talks about the aura a lot too. So what I have highlighted here is vibration, color, and sound are all interrelated, and all three represent a means of determining or monitoring the frequency of energy in the auric field. When a healer is channeling energy into a person, the healer will often feel a vibration within the muscles of his or her own body. Quantum entangled, bro, right there. Correspondingly, the client may also feel a similar vibration. The vibration is directly related to the color of energy being channeled. Thus, the healer can aesthetically sense and thereby know without seeing the color of energy being channeled into a client. Very, very powerful book. It goes into a lot of stuff. So we go to the chat. They don't have to when people are forced to get their shit together. Yeah. Know that some people will get it, some people won't get it. That's just how it has to be to keep them, to keep that balance, to keep everything the way it should be. Even moving forward in evolution. I had to turn off and turn it back on and reload. Now okay. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, the times we were in. All right, so 2 more books. Actually, three more. So, a book on Kundalini. I haven't gotten to this one yet, but I will. I just got it a few weeks ago. Kundalini, Evolution, and Enlightenment by John White. I got Bobby Hemmett recommended this book as one of the many books I wrote down from watching his lectures. I'm gonna get to it because I'm studying the Kundalini. One of the many things I'm studying right now, so I'm gonna get to this one. Got a lot of shit to get to, but that's one. But I'm happy that I'm able to get in my research bag and get back to that, but also knowing how to balance my actual life and work, shop, and all that. So, Kundalini, Evolution, and Enlightenment by John White. All right. Another book Bro Yosef recommended. I got this from my homegirl Gail. She recommended it to me, and said it was a good one. So another one that's on the list to get to: Spiritual Growth, Being Your Higher Self, Sanaya Roman. Oh, so I'm gonna read something. I just randomly popped open to page 24 and 25. Page 24 and 25. So it says creating with light meditation. Damn, okay. The purpose of this meditation is to learn how to call light to yourself. Oh shit, okay. I'm gonna have to get into this shit real quick. Because one of the things I'm doing right now is working with the light body and creating light and bringing it to myself. So we're gonna talk more about that once I see my results and see it. But I'm researching and studying, astral light and all that right now. That's heavy on me. So I already can feel how important that meditation will be. And another Rosemary Gladstar book for the last book, Medicinal Herbs. Every herbalist should have this book. It's amazing, man. It is fucking amazing. Got some of my recipes for the shot, inspiration for the shot out of here. So, you see how to make your own herbal remedies. She goes into it, bro. And she has a section. She makes this shit so easy. She breaks down how to make your own tinctures and all this shit. So, even if you're not an herbalist, if you're just an independent person, how to make your own shit, bro, this book will help. Choosing a solvent and what for, all that. She has the herbs in here and what they do, Again, Rosemary Gladstar. Amazing book. Amazing book. All right. So that is all the books I have. I'm going to check the chat. Distilled water. That's what I like to drink. All right. Yeah. So anybody got any questions? All right. What's your question, Drogon? What's your question? The current times we're in, I will do a whole video on that and do some decoding. I'm gonna go on Patreon and do more of the current times and decoding on Patreon. I'm doing a decoding course for Patreon. But the current times we're in is everything is going to get ugly before it gets better. So everything is getting better, but we don't see it because it's getting ugly. The muck is being cleared. The what doesn't serve us moving forward is being flushed out. Mother Earth is coming up and fucking shit up. She's angry. Bro Yosef talked about that, and it made me think. I said, you know what? And I just sat back and thought about it because if you look at all these different rituals that they're doing, the Shakari Richardson ritual and the Simone, they're doing a triple goddess ritual. So they'll probably do one with the Felix girl that my friend Gail was talking about. She's a runner in the Olympics. She's like older than Simone Biles and Shakari Richardson, but they're doing a triple goddess ritual. And in Wicca, they call it the Mother, the Maiden, and the Crone. So the Felix girl would be the Crone, the oldest, Crone representing Saturn and death. And then you have Simone Biles was like the mother, and then Shakari Richardson as the maiden or the virgin or the Virgo energy. They're doing a triple goddess ritual. They're trying, and just look at it. You can break this shit down even further with numerology. And all this shit's going on. Oh, the chicken cabal. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and put that one on the list because I think I've heard that one being given out. Either Bobby or somebody else gave it out. That's a good one. Okay. But if you look at all what's going on, everything is getting worse before it's getting better. So what I think about what's going on, what I know or feel more, is that I would get ready. Prepare yourself how you need to prepare yourself, but be prepared for the worst. Expect the best. Be prepared for the worst. I just learned about the Amtrak. Can you take lots of places? Yeah, you can take the Amtrak anywhere. Just put in your. I used to take the Amtrak from from Champaign, Illinois, back down to Rantoul. Back here where I'm living. Just that's a 20-minute ride. But that's how I got started taking the Amtrak, or I take the Amtrak back home to the Chi. You can go you can go anywhere where they have Amtrak rails and it's connected type of thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, Amtrak is it's good. It's just as good as flying. I think I like taking the train, better, but I haven't flown yet, so we'll see when I fly. When I fly and have a great time. I'm speaking that. Because I'm getting into my Lon Milo Duquette. I have to get some of his books. Brother Panic talks about Lon Milo Duquette and a few of his lectures that I've watched. I've watched a bunch of his lectures, but he always comes up Lon Milo Duquette. I'm gonna have to get some of his books because he was very close with Crowley and the OTO order and all that shit. You see, so that's gonna be good to tap in, especially when we're talking about Kabbalah. Lon Milo Duquette has dropped some Kabbalah books that I know of that Panic has talked about. So he might have written the chicken Kabbalah one. I don't know. I'll have to look. But I do know that he is, he from what I've been told, he breaks down the Kabbalah in very digestible terms, where you don't have to do a lot of heavy lifting with this to really get what he's saying. You see what I'm saying? Anything else, guys, before I go and eat dinner? Oh, new product on the shop. I've talked about these. These are my vitamins. So it's got sea moss in it. The sea moss vitamins. So sea moss, bladderwrack, burdock root, dandelion root, St. John's wort. What else? believe that's it. But these are my all-in-one sea moss vitamins. Take about 2 to 4 capsules a day. Okay, yeah, he wrote the chicken. Yeah, okay, I thought he wrote that book. Okay, but that's one of my newest products on the shop. I also, have my colloidals. The colloidals. This is an empty one, but this would be the level 3. This would be the level 3. The out in my not my hermetic, but my first one. My first elixir, and the emerald elixir, and the emerald. Actually, no. This is the hermetic elixir, and the hermetic elixir has copper, gold, indium, selenium, silicon, silver, and zinc colloidals. And it's working with the divine masculine energy in all ways, spiritually, physically, and mentally. Uh, it's going to give you that great boost of energy. This is great for athletes. This is great for getting boosting your energy and helping help you to bring in more light, more knowledge, more wisdom, or taking the knowledge and putting it out. My emerald elixir is great for manifesting, and this one is great for I've put that in motion in the universe. Now I need to put it into action on Earth. This is that shit. So there's the shameless plug for the night. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go back and write down all the books, and get your scholarship on, get your research on, have a great time, and just, stay in joy, stay in bliss, and stay in joy. There is a such thing as everlasting joy, and I'm figuring that out day by day. So I love y'all. Peace.